Go stand and get the interview that Carrie's doing for me.
She reviews that a little bit. She's like, okay, this is unfamiliar for Massachusetts. This doesn't make any sense at all. We have the right as Americans to go and stand up and fight for our freedoms wherever we are, especially if we're in a public domain, anything like that. I mean, let's talk about it. Out in LA, if there are crowds of people during certain people's trials, they're allowed to be there as long as everyone's safe, barricades are done appropriately. The police officers are out here keeping an eye on everybody and making sure that there's no inappropriate behavior, anything like that, right? Everybody should probably be keeping it pretty appropriate. I myself try to stay away from like dramatic stuff, so I don't engage with people who are trying to start trouble. But we have the right to stand out here and inform other citizens of what's going on.
What do you think would be the benefit of being the 200 feet closer to the courthouse?
Well, first of all, I believe that the reason why they're trying to part us out like this is so that, nobody can really see what's going on, so to speak. Like, so you're driving through, and instead of having a large crowd that would draw a good amount of attention and get people interested in looking into what's going on in their state, spreading us out like this, it keeps us from being able to gather, right, which is another right. We have the right to gather and express our concerns.
And just as it's keeping people away that are supporting Karen Reed, it would probably keep away someone like that man that we just saw. Were you over there as she walked?
I did see that, and that it just brings shame onto himself, really, because there's so much better ways to communicate with people, to ask questions. It's just there's better ways to go about things, and I don't get into that kind of stuff. So I just steer clear of that kind of stuff. Any protest that I do, any rally that I do, I always try to appear friendly, because the point is, if somebody doesn't know what's going on, is to be approachable, right? So that people can feel comfortable to come to you and ask you, what is it that you're talking about? What is it that's going on here? And it gives us the ability to communicate and educate each other. Whereas if people are shouting and doing all of that and their body language is unapproachable, no one's going to ask the right questions, and that just scares people off in the other direction anyway, in my opinion. So if I'm walking down the street or taking a jog and someone's out there with a sign and they seem aggressive, I'm not asking them what they're standing there for. But if I seem approachable and I'm kind and I'm friendly and respectful, I have a better chance of someone coming to me and asking me like, oh, what does these stand for? What's going on here? How does this affect you? How does this affect the community?
Anything else that you want to say?
I would actually. I raised my children in the town of Canton, and I spent the best years of my life there raising those kids. And it's kind of always been a little bit of that old school kind of way. There's a lot of generational families, right? So if you are from out of town and you move to Canton, you have a real tough time getting involved. But if you ever want to know what's going on in Canton, look up the kids' sports, because that's what connects everybody in that town is the kids' sports. So if you want to find out what's going on, go talk to some parents. And that's how you know who knows who, right? So, so this is deeply affecting me because it's breaking my heart, to be honest with you. I'm a mother of 5. I have 5 grandchildren, and I'm a huge supporter of the police in ways that you can't even imagine due to my own profession. And so it's very bothersome to me to think that I am nervous to have my children ask for help from the police, who I trust and believe in with all of my heart. So again, I'm heartbroken, I'm disappointed, and I'm scared of the future of our kids, and I still live very close to that community. I live about 2 miles away from my previous address in Canton. I was on the Canton Youth Commission, and yeah, I want to restore trust into the police. I love people in uniform, and I'm a constitutionalist. So yeah, yes, I think we each have a right to our opinions. We each have a right to be able to express those without violence. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you. I hope I did all right.
You did wonderful. Now you don't remember what you said, right? You have no idea.
I'll get it from you later, Tom.
That's what happens. Hey, thanks for interviewing her.
Yeah. When you were in Canada, did you
No, so Karen's outside of Canton. Right, right.
and jobs, you said it's right.
Well, let's just say that my kids do.
All right. Well, what an awesome interview, huh? She is awesome. She's still talking to him, but she's just repeating some stuff that he already asked her. So you guys like the split screen, right? Yes, no? I mean, I'm trying here, guys. Trying to do something a little different. Try and get you guys as much as I can for content. What about Brian?